Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this evening's Beach Grove Redevelopment Commission meeting. I will call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. In lieu of a roll call vote, as tradition, I will ask each member to introduce himself, starting over to my right.
Jenny Wenzel.
Matthew Kochever, President.
Derek Blyce, Vice President.
Andrew Noon, Secretary.
I will note that Angie Johnson, our other member, is on vacation and cannot be here this evening. We will see her at next month's meeting. I also believe that the school board is transitioning its representative on the board due to changes that are upcoming on their school board. So I expect we will see someone from the school board here at next month's meeting as well. Moving into our first time of business is Civitas, our redevelopment consultant. I'll have them come up here if they have anything to say to add onto the agenda, but one of the more important things that we'll talk about is going through our calendars and putting down in our notes some dates that we can find to host a training on redevelopment matters that Civitas would run for all of us, as well as members of the city council. But Jack, I'm going to turn it over to you to start off with anything you want to mention to us, and then we'll get into that training thing.
Sure, yeah, Matthew, thank you. Make sure this is working. Is it working?
Yeah.
Okay, you can hear me. So I think we've had a productive last couple of weeks meeting with you and Mayor Kaufman, talking about some of the priorities coming out of the redevelopment plan and where we want to focus. We've got our next meeting next week that I think will really get into some of the background around those properties and give Pete and myself, along with the mayor, some good opportunities to start having conversations with those property owners of some of those priority sites. Besides that, we're also working on an update to the funding application. We'll share that update with you again next week, and then probably at the next meeting have a good version of that to share with the rest of the board. And then, to your point, the big piece on our agenda is finding a day for the Redevelopment Commission training. We think that there is some advantages to doing kind of a joint meeting between redevelopment and all of the council would be invited if they wish to attend. And just kind of talk about, what the role of the RDC is, how the plan ties into everything that you're working on, and how that relates to what council's doing. But in our experience, best practice, we think it's good for all boards and commissions to kind of do an annual training, loop that in with the council and other leaders just so everybody knows what they're working on, what they need to be doing. It's kind of a good refresher. And then I know there's 2 new members on the board now and a school board member that'll be joining, so that could be a good opportunity to get them up to speed. Anything you want to add, Pete?
No, I don't believe so.
All right, so we were thinking we'd find a date or look at some dates today and get those just held in the calendar. In our mind, this would be good to do about 3 months out, so looking in October, probably September or October.
September, October.
So I will first off start. We're looking at those particular dates that, depending on what we have, subject to having business before the RDC that's not like approving the docket or something, that we could take either our September and October, and it'll probably have to be our September date, I would think, just because of how with funding, with the requirement to pass a funding plan every year, that usually starts in the fall in October to make sure that all the statutory deadlines are met. What if we took our September meeting, which is September 17th, and did that training in place of just holding a regular meeting? We're usually all available at 6 p.m., and then possibly inviting the council. So I would put down that, I would just throw that out as a potential date to start off with.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But are there other dates that folks are generally available? I'm usually good, except for like probably Tuesdays and that are in the evening generally. So like Wednesdays at 6 p.m. or onwards, or possibly any of the 2 Mondays that aren't a city council board of public safety meeting day.
Actually, so I will jump in here real quick because I don't know how to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I actually think it's a great idea, and honestly, if all you need to do is approve the docket that night, we can open a public meeting or approve the docket and then close the public meeting.
Oh,
and-
okay.
And go into training, so I think you can achieve both.
Okay,
If you do choose to do one of those 2 dates, I would just keep your public meeting on the calendar. That way it's already advertised, and then we'll just advertise a second joint session that doesn't necessarily, it's a work session, it doesn't have to be, advertised. It does have to be advertised, it doesn't have to be advertised as a public,
gotcha, yep,
it's still a public meeting, but it doesn't have to be advertised that you're gonna take business.
cool, all right. But it still have to be recorded, because we're in a,
It should be.
Okay.
I would record it anyway, just
Great,
because then
okay.
if anybody wants to go back and look at it,
Cool.
and council members aren't able to attend, but they wanna see what's shared, I think that's a good idea as well.
okay, I think the 17th would work. I mean, we can plan that out to make sure that we just do docket minutes. Put anything else that's, unless it's absolutely pressing for a redevelopment project of some sort, we can push that off to the fall. That works for others. When's our fall festival?
That is the week of the fall festival.
Oh, no.
Of course it is.
Ha, okay, and the fall festival, it starts on Thursday, right?
Starts on Wednesday.
Starts at Wednesday,
Yeah.
okay. Well, we've already moved our July meeting. Let's just look at that because, again, I know how that is. I don't remember what we did last time.
Fall Fest. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Fall Fest is, I know, will be busy, and it's, it's an even-numbered year, as they say. Well, I know that the fourth Thursday in September, that's the 24th. That's also the last Thursday of the month. I would ask, just generally, does anyone have anything that's off there? Because, Derek, I want you to be involved. You're a new member. You should learn this, but I know that you're hands-on and on the Fall Festival. So, obviously, you have that. I don't want to take that away from you, nor have you miss the training and everything. So, would the 24th work for
24th
people?
is fine for me.
Okay, then we would move it to the 24th. So, we'll use the 24th at 6 p.m. as that regular meeting and everything. And I'm going to write that in my notes.
So when you advertise, just make sure that you advertise the traditional business meeting.
Gotcha.
And a joint public session.
Got it. Remind me, let's make a note for September when we sit down the week beforehand to remind me that I'm doing two
2 notices.
notices. Got it, cool. And then make sure to run that second one by council, make sure everything's good, because it's been a while since we've done a separate, that's not a business meeting and everything, but great. Okay, well, that was easier than I thought. Cool, all right, we got that down. When the mayor gets back or when we see him at our next meeting, we'll let him know about that date and everything, because I think he'll be the one who I will work through to invite the council, and then we'll probably make note of it in the, when I get the July report, and then obviously at whatever meeting, Jim can put you all on the agenda to formally introduce you at a council meeting as well.
Yep, that's
Cool.
right. I think we have that for the meeting in August, but that can obviously change if July works better. So
Cool. I will, when we see him, we'll let him know, because with being a third-class city, he'll set the agenda, so whatever he wants, we'll go that way.
All right,
Cool.
sounds great.
All right, is there anything else? Or is there any questions for our friends?
No, I don't have any.
I don't have any.
Awesome.
Be an odd question. So I noticed in the contract, it talked about you guys doing the minutes. I'm the normal secretary. Do you guys do the minutes going forward, or am I gonna keep doing the minutes going forward?
Well, I think you, I would assume that you would keep
Okay,
doing the
that's
minutes
what I-
going forward,
I just
yes.
was looking at it.
Obviously, if you have a question, if you want to run something by them and everything, feel free to ask, yes. But no,
Okay.
I think, yeah, we'll keep that, yeah.
Okay, I just figured I'd ask.
That is, yeah, no, that's a good
Yeah,
clarification.
yeah. Good. Anything else? Hearing none, Jack, Pete, thank you very much.
Yep, thank you, Matthew.
All right. Okay, well, we got that set, and that went faster than I thought. So we'll move on to our next item of business, which is our continuing consideration of RDC Funding Resolution 2026-1 from the Beach Grove Little League for improvements to Hartman Park and the Little League fields there. So we'll have the representatives from the Little League come on up here. Just to give everyone a update since our last meeting, I have gotten, and we have gotten the estimates for the work that they have put out to rehabilitate the baseball fields based on their application. I also have received 2 letters of support for this application, one from the Beach Grove Parks Board and another one from the mayor. I can read them into the record if people want, but if we adopt this thing tonight, this will go into the packet that I will update and send over to the clerk treasurer's office for them to throw in the folder where these are and everything. So I leave that up to you. I just know that they said that they support it. But with that, I think I'll do it this way. If there's any other additional comments you all want to make, I'll have you go first, then we'll take questions, and then I think we'll be ready to do a vote.
All I can say is, if this goes through, it couldn't come at a better time. With each passing season, the fields get worse a little bit. With all the rain, it was real tough to get all our games in this season. Some of them didn't get in. And our scoreboard took a crap completely. So
Okay.
so yes, it's much needed improvements. It's been a long time coming.
And with the two letters of support, I believe that fixes the parts outside of the fields. So I know that's what we were targeting for that. So that was the clarification I wanted to make there.
Gotcha. Okay. My one question I have for you is that going through all the invoices and everything, estimates. I should have asked this when I initially got them, but are all these estimates there for different parts of the things you want to work on? Like some are like, we have 2 estimates and you'll pick one and everything.
So those were a couple different options. One was older than the other.
Got it. Okay.
And then some of it was just for stuff we want to do for the fields themselves and was per field. So.
All right. Then, because I'm not the best with math, if we were to do a motion to approve your application outright up to $100,000, meaning that it cap out at 100 based on the invoices that you got from the estimates, that's also good?
Yes.
Great, okay. Then I think that's all of my questions. You got things here, you have a plan. The city supports the stuff, both from the Parks Board and the mayor, so doing the stuff that's outside the fields. So I am now in a comfortable position to get this approved so this work can be done and have everything set up for, next seasons and future seasons. But I'll let anyone else, questions, comments, before I ask for a motion.
Yeah, I had one question about the ball field renovations estimate. On the first couple lines, it refers to initial infield dirt fixing for the main field and 2 minor fields, and the next one, it says for all 3 fields, and the quantity by those is 1. But then the next couple lines refers to 3 fields, and the quantity is 3.
So ideally, we have 5 fields. We want the majority of the work done on the majors and the 2 minors, which is our competitive divisions. The other 2 are T-ball and rookies, which is machine pitch and T-ball, obviously. Those don't need as much work, but they do need a little bit of cleanup and shaping and stuff like that. So the estimates were mostly going towards the heavy work on the 3 competitive fields. So I'm not sure exactly what the quantity. There are 2 different estimates for the same fields, but for additional work on one. We got one a long time ago that was like way too much, and then we got another one that was okay. Maybe we could forward a couple fields, So it was more of a just to kind of give you an idea of all the things that could be done.
Okay, I guess my question is that when each of the lines talk about 3 fields,
Yeah.
and in the text, like the headline, for instance, says batter box all 3 fields, but then under the quantity it says 3, with a price of $1,800 a piece for a total $5,400. But then if I go right above that, it says an infield conditioner for all 3 fields, quantity of 1, $7,800.
Yeah. So for clarity,
Yeah.
so those 2 that you're referring to were written before I wrote the plan.
Okay.
So that's what we wanted to give you is other estimates that showed how that works. But the plan that I wrote was designated for the majors and the AAA, so we're targeting those 2 fields. So that as much as I want to lean in on that one was written before, so we're not targeting 3 total fields.
Okay, I understand. I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't we're going to get.
And pertaining to that particular one, it may be because they're talking about like one bulk truckload of all that dirt. Oftentimes, you can't get just a little bit of dirt we actually need, so they bring in.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay.
Okay. Great. No, good question and everything. Okay. With that, oh boy. Okay. Hold on, I'm just writing some notes. Bear with me. Okay. Right. I am going to make a motion to approve funding application 2026-1 for up to $100,000 for the work to Hartman Field, or to Hartman Park and the baseball fields as provided in this application. That will be done on reimbursements from invoices that are submitted to the clerk treasurer. So that's my motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Andrew. The only last thing I'll say in pertaining to this motion is that as things are done, please do keep us informed. Send us pictures and everything just for, for us, as well as, imagine for other folks in the city, as a matter of pride, and also to, draw out more of those baseball teams and everything. Yes, good PR and everything. What will happen after this motion, if it's successful, is that the funding application, I have the PDF at home and everything. I'll update our line to show that was approved and everything. I'll take all your estimates, plus the letters will be included in that package, and then I'll get over to the clerk treasurer's office to put it on the website. There's a folder for applications and everything, so we'll go there. And it's just a matter of just keep us informed as the work goes on and everything. Do let us know when invoices are going in. Invoices should go over to the clerk treasurer's office. Just let them know this is for an RDC project. Mention the funding application. Absent that, if you happen to get invoices and they come under the 100,000, just let us know when the last one's there, because again, we will quote unquote lock up this money. I keep it on a piece of paper that says, okay, this is encumbered. We have this set aside for something, just so we can, if you end up spending 90,000, for instance, we can use that extra 10,000 for another redevelopment project. But with that, I have nothing further to add. Anyone else?
Just gonna say, copy me on that PDF you're gonna create of the.
Oh, yes, you had the thing.
that
Yes,
way
of
I've
course.
got it
Yes,
for you.
yes, you will. Actually, the RDC will be included. So yeah, because so I'll put everyone down there, and as well as our folks over at Civitas. So we'll be done.
Excellent.
With that, hearing no other conversation, all those in favor of the motion to approve the funding application 2026-1 for up to $100,000, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it, the motion is approved. Congratulations. And good luck with everything. And if there's any follow-up or if there's any news updates, again, let us know at any time, okay?
Make a lot of people happy.
As a baseball fan, especially a White Sox fan, and they're winning finally, I'm very excited to be a part of helping the Little League get those fields improved and getting more baseball played out here.
I'm excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Done. Okay. All right. Well, now we'll move on to our next item of business, which is the approval of the May minutes. Not the April minutes, the May minutes. I still have a typo in this agenda. The minutes have been provided by our able secretary, Andrew Noon. I'll give everyone a moment to look these over, and then we'll take a motion to approve the minutes. When anyone's ready to make that motion, don't wait for me.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Jenny. Discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it, and the motion is approved. the one you emailed over to us, that has the exhibits, right? Mm-hmm. Great, thank you.
Yeah, I just saved paper.
Yes, save paper. Now I got it. Good, good, good. Okay. I remember that. Okay, well, next we'll move on to our docket. As per usual, I will let you all know the updates as I track them on the finances and our budget. Did someone say something? No? Okay. All right, so the first one in the Excel I sent over today is the tracking of our budget line items that we have in our spending plan. After the May invoices were approved, we currently have for RDC projects $1,861,954.84 left to spend. For professional services, again, that's paying our lawyers, fiscal consultant, insurance, as well as our membership in the Redevelopment Association of Indiana. We have $46,390.20. And obviously, since we've not been invoiced by Civitas just yet, we have $150,000 in that line item. Second item. At the beginning of June, there was in our RDC fund a total of $2,053,787.42. This includes the sweeps that we get additional revenue because of the account that we have. I will hopefully remember starting next month to ask the clerk treasurer's office for an updated fund balance that's not on the same day that I'm prepping for this meeting. But only time will tell. The third page is what we would have unencumbered, meaning not dedicated to a particular project or funding application. So, beginning of June, $2,053,787.42. We have left in our budget to earn projects $43,398.20 for professional services, $150,000 for professional services contract, $10,055.39 from the funding application 2025-4. That was for the amphitheater at Sarah T. Bolton Park. And we also have $275,865 from funding application 2025-2. That is to help the city with the roundabout that is beginning construction at Arlington, Hannah, and Grovewood. I think it's Grovewood. One of the other streets. But by collision caliber. Elmwood, thank you. Yes, we've named so many streets after so many trees. So that's what we have. Again, we have a lot of money in the fund. So I will now read the docket. The docket reads in part, allowance of accounts payable vouchers for the city of Beech Grove, RDC. We have examined the accounts payable vouchers listed on the foregoing register of accounts payable vouchers consisting of one page. And except for accounts payables not allowed as shown on the register, such accounts payables are hereby allowed in the total amount of $13,161.92. On the back of, or on the second page, is the accounts payable register. There are 5 entries. The first entry is to DCC Inc. In the amount of $5,896. It is my understanding that this is another invoice towards the amphitheater at Sarah T. Bolton Park. This is for some of the installation of tech, sound, lighting, what have you, at the amphitheater itself. Second entry is to Peters Franklin Ltd. That's for our fiscal consultant. That is in the amount of $1,266.26. The third entry is also to Peters and Franklin Ltd. That is in the amount of $2,257.74. The fourth entry is to Lewis and Capps, our attorneys, in the amount of $3,559.92. And our last entry is also to Lewis and Capps in the amount of $182. Okay, you have heard the docket. Is there a motion to approve the docket?
I'll set motion.
Thank you, Jenny. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Thank you, Derek. Discussion.
And I think I heard you say in our accounting that there's approximately $10K left on the funding application.
That is true, yes.
And then we're spending here, so is this the last expenditure on the amphitheater, or do we know?
Is my understanding as of Yes,
think so.
it is my understanding, and with a thumbs up from the clerk treasurer, is that this is the final
Oh, great.
amount. So that means after we approve this docket, let's do some math, and then let's take a motion to unlock the remainder of the money so we can use it for another RDC project and close the books on this long-standing funding application. Yay, us. Is there any further discussion on the docket?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to approve the docket, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it, and the motion is approved. Okay, Andrew, we'll use yours, and, take this
got
one
an
as well.
extra over here.
Oh, take that one, yes. Again, we didn't have every member here, so now I have extra dockets. Someone have recycling. And then I'm going to, I need to. Thank you. Okay, well, while we get those signed, looking at the information I have, we had left on the amphitheater funding application, $10,055.39. But the last invoice that was approved just now is $5,896. So that leaves left that was approved on this funding application. 15 minus 6 is 9. That should leave $4,159.39 not spent on this project under this funding application. Anyone want to make sure that I'm right on those numbers?
Got the same number.
Great, cool. Okay, so, do I have a motion to, actually, Aaron, actually, this is where I need you on wording. If we're gonna take the money back unencumbered or whatever, what's like the word we need to use? I don't think rock and roll is the right word. Motion to, okay. Give me a moment, let me write that out, motion.
Motion to remove further encumbrances from funding application.
Or name specific project.
Under funding app. What's the funding application number?
2025-4, I believe.
2024-5, okay.
Or isn't it 5-4? Didn't we do it last year? That was 20.
No, we approved it at the end of 24, so it is a 24
Lord,
It's
application.
been that long.
Yes, it's been that long.
Oh, my gosh.
I know, so much so, yes, it's
It's been
yes,
that long, yeah.
yes. It feels that long because it was that long. So in case there's a mess up, but there shouldn't be, because we're the ones who pay these invoices here, so, whatever the motion is, we'll be right. I'm going to make a motion that we remove the remaining $4,159.39 encumbered underfunding application 2024-5. Is there a second?
I'll second, or Jenny, you can take it.
Jenny, thank you for seconding. Seconded by Jenny. With this motion, that money will go back into the unencumbered side that we can use to do other projects. Yay us. I love when things come in under budget. Is there any discussion on this motion?
No.
Okay. Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it, and the motion is approved. That is it for our agenda this evening. I will note that with discussions with each member in between these meetings, the July meeting is going to be held on Thursday, July 23rd at 6 p.m. Do you think each member for agreeing to move this meeting since I am out of town at our July regularly set time that we usually meet. So I do appreciate you all being willing to move this down to the following Thursday. So July 23rd will be our next meeting at 6 p.m. Is there anything else from any other members?
No.
Then, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Derek. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Andrew. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. We are adjourned at 6:30 p.m. Not our fastest meeting, but definitely